session. I am Simran Shiwalkar, a journalist at CIO News, and your host for today. We have with us Mr. Sahibsingh Sethi. He has a remarkable experience of over 20 years, more than 20 years, in information security. He is currently a director of information security projects at Sutherland Global Services. We are more than pleased and proud to have him with us today in this session. So, Mr. Sethi, thank you once again for joining us.
Yeah, hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing great, and we are extremely excited to hear your expert insights about Instagram security, information security for that matter. So, shall we begin?
Definitely.
Great. Like I said, a remarkable experience of more than 2 decades now. How has this journey been? And if you could just share a bit about this journey and your role, your current role with Sutherland.
Yep, absolutely. I can do that. Let's just start with the overall journey, like we would like to discuss, right? My name is Sahibsingh Sethi. I'm currently working as Director for Information Security at Sutherland. Yes, I'm at this position right now, but the journey has never been easy. I started working in 2002-2003. Started working in the kitchen for a normal kitchen, where I've done things such as I've done my hotel management, and I've things such as doing pot wash, cleaning, etc. Part-time gardening. A lot of things I've done in my past during that time. From that, when I was in, and I belong to a small place called Shirampur, which is near Shirdi, right? The same place where our famous cricketer Zahir Khan is from. So over there we had English medium school, you may call it, right? Wherein though you write everything in English, but the teachers come in, they'll teach in Hindi or some of kind of English. But so that's what the background I've come from. And 11th, 12th, I've done all my fellow mates were from Marathi medium. Our school, the professors used to teach in Marathi, and then we used to write paper in English. So you understand what background I come from, and how difficult it would have been for me to communicate the way I am communicating right now in English. From a small village, I landed up in England, did my hotel management. While doing my hotel management, I worked as a pot washer, a part-time gardener, right? And yes, etc. I don't want to get to it. Then after that, when I came back to India, it was 2004, 2005, when there was a boom in call centers. When I went to a good 5-star hotel for an interview, and I was selected as a chef, I was offered a salary of 3,000, 4,000 rupees at that particular time. And at the same time, your call centers were giving 10 to 12,000 monthly. So I went and started working into a call center, because of course money matters no matter what your background is. So I started working in call centers. From call centers, I joined a technical call center. From that technical call center, there was a time when I was staying with my friends, and there was a time when I have slept on or stayed up all night, or slept on bench on the Pune railway station, right? Because I had no place to go, and I couldn't tell my parents about it. I told them maybe 5-7 years after that incident would actually happen. So so from a technical call centers, I always wanted to get into information security. So I tried giving interview for Symantec, and which I rejected, which I got terribly failed the first time. Then I took a career break, resigned, studied for 6 months, right? Because I have done hotel management, and I have nothing to do with information security at that particular time, or any technical expertise. Studied for 6 months, cracked that Symantec interview. After that, I took admission for parallelly in BCA. Others took 18 months to get promoted to the next level. It took me close to 3 years to get to the next level. But I stayed there in Symantec for close to 6 years. I got promoted eventually. I worked very hard and got promoted to the next level. After that, from there I worked for companies such as Nvidia, and then I worked for HCL. In HCL, I joined as an SME for Symantec, and eventually got promoted, and then from HCL moved into a company called Event Tracker or NetSurian. In NetSurian, I wore multiple hats. Multiple hats, and I did multiple things out there. And after that, now I'm working for Sutherland Global Services as a director for information security. So it's not been easy, but there's again a long way to go, and I'm pretty sure with all your blessings and yeah, from my family, people like you will do much better.
Telling us about your career jump, right from hotel management to customer servicing, and then now with Sutherland into information and security. So thank you once again. I would like to begin with my first question, because the topic for today is information security and Instagram, social media for that matter. With the rise of Instagram's popularity, what are some of the main or major security risk aspects that one can consider, sharing personal and professional content on this platform?
So things that we need to be careful is that privacy exposures, phishing attacks, then your account hacking, data breaches are some things that we need to be careful about. The privacy exposure on these sites, such as sharing personal information, can lead into identification threats, right? You have scammers out there. There are chances of getting data breaches. There are misinformation, and then you have solutions such as deep fake and fake news can easily be manipulated.
Absolutely, but thank you once again for sharing some light on these major risks which are currently coming into limelight by every increasing day. Along the same lines, any best practices that you suggest, for us to safeguard our privacy and our security because of course Instagram and every other social media platform, they have their regulations, they have their policy as well. What is your take on that?
Right. So you're saying what are the best practices for securing my Instagram account, right?
Yes.
All right. So there are some built-in features which most of us, see day to day, but not really use them, such as Instagram itself helps you to have two-factor authentication, right? So you can so there are options such as two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication which can be used to secure your account, right? Then you definitely need to use a strong password. Ensure that your password is changed after every certain time. I know it's easier said than done, but we would recommend, or I would recommend, to have a minimum of 15 character password. So having a 15 character password would definitely allow your account to be more secure, and will not be able to, it's not be very easily breached. Now, when you say 15 character password, it's not an easy thing, but rather than remembering a password, we could always think on the lines of having a passphrase for all your accounts. You also need to make sure your personal accounts, your professional accounts have a different set of passwords, and you frequently change your passwords. You need to monitor the activity of your accounts. It can be Facebook, it can be LinkedIn. You get email notifications. All of us get email notifications if an unwanted or unknown device is registered, or you log in from a different device altogether. You get those email notifications. However, we don't pay attention to it, right? Or people get those email notifications, but they don't really pay attention to it. The awareness, the training is not there, right? So we need to help others understand that, or ourselves and others who use Instagram or Facebook or any other such platforms. They need to keep an eye. Make sure if any new device is registered, you need to block your account, change the password, etc. Right? And at the same time, make sure all your software solutions, even on your phone, such as Instagram, of course, is running on the latest version and not on the old version. You keep on updating your softwares, right? Yeah. So that's what we can do.
Very well said, and thank you once again for recommending these best practices, such as updating your passwords regularly for one, because most of us, I'm sure, we do not consider that as a regular practice. So thank you once again, Mr. Sethi. Next, I would like to understand from you, organization, both individuals and now businesses as well. We use Instagram to get engagement, to connect with the audience and our customers. How do you think we can securely use this platform at the same time, maintaining the protection policies and also compliance when it comes to data protection, especially?
So first thing is that we need to comply with the data protection regulations such as GDPR, CCPA, because we are collecting personal information. So we need to comply with those. And the second thing is that, I mean, not second thing, but there are many things to it. But the key important thing is that protecting your weakest link, that is your employees who have access to it, giving them sufficient training, educating them, empowering them, making them understand how and what are the policies, what they are binded with, and what are the protocol they are binded with, all right, such as binded with, all right. And at the same time, like I said, limiting the access to your professional account to set of users, monitoring the logs, monitoring the emails, monitoring the notifications on how many devices that particular account is accessed from, will able to tell you that whether it's an authenticated user who is logged into it, is an unauthenticated user logged into it, all right. Keeping a close eye on all those such accounts, this information will certainly allow you to control the access, at the same time protect user information, and at the same time, of course, like we previously said, have strong passwords for all your employees, minimum of 15 character password, using of passphrases, using built-in security features provided by all these social platforms. Of course, in this case we're talking about Instagram, so use those built-in security features, right? And of course, there's way to go.
Absolutely, I think we all can agree to that. And next, I would like to understand from you, because you also spoke about deepfake these days. AI tools like AI, they are taking up. The technology is always evolving. What role does AI play in identifying and combating deepfake content and misinformation on social media platforms like Instagram? AI
can definitely use the algorithm platforms, right, in terms of in algorithm platforms, in terms of identifying the deep fake profiles. So the other day I saw certain videos, similar videos, wherein but when you look very closely, you can make it understand that the lip movement and the person how they are talking, they look very suspicious, but it's not really visible to a normal human being. But at the same time, because I'm into this security, I'm into information security, so I was able to determine it. However, not everyone will be able to do it. So these AI tools can help all of us to understand the algorithms, the patterns, and how those certain behaviors of those individuals are, and how we can and it can definitely protect us. Right. So AI tools can also cross-reference the information from the previous audios or videos of those individuals, and it will be able to let you know if it's really the individual who is there at the other end, or is someone else trying to manipulate you to getting information out of it. So yes, AI will definitely plays a crucial role, but at the same time, we need to make sure that your AI solution is up to date, right? Running up to date, and it's able to identify all the patterns and everything. So you need to keep it up to date. But at a certain point, it comes how much information is that you want to feed into your AI solution, right? How much information is the maximum, or what is the limit to it? Right? You cannot just keep on feeding the information, because we have to be binded by policies, or to need to understand there should be a limit to it. But yes, it's of course a good thing to use AI in today's world to help race against this deep fake profiles and such things, but there's a very thin line between it. Yeah,
I agree, and thank you once again for throwing some light on that. So again, gathering all your insights, the way you also elaborated on how your content should be monitored, what you put out there on the social media. So would it be safe to say that you need to filter out what you put out there and not just share everything and anything?
exactly. Yeah, you cannot just share everything and anything. Right. Even now, people use Chat GPT or certain other applications nowadays, right? There are people who have Chat GPT installed on their phones. Then you have Meta. You open WhatsApp, you have your AI right there, and you can just ask anything. It replies back to you. So right now, it's not capturing your personal data, is what they are claiming. Right. So when I ask the question, what is my name or how old am I get a reply back saying that I'm not supposed to capture my personal information. But that is not true. The company already has that data. So if they want, it can be shared with that AI. So who is drawing that line? Where are those like we have GDPR, PCI compliances, HIPAA compliances, etc. We do not have any such regulatory bodies for these AIs as of now. So we need to have those regulatory bodies, ensure that all of us comply with that. Every company needs to have that policy. Everyone needs to comply with that, because of course it's making our life easy, but at the same time there is a very thin line between making life easy and making it worse than it's.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Insights on this. This conversation indeed has been very inspiring for me as well to some level, because everybody these days, we are all there active on our Instagrams. Not sure how to safeguard our data, how to protect ourselves. But thank you once again for leading this conversation. Lastly, I do have a fun rapid fire planned in for you. Just a couple of questions. So you ready?
Yeah, we can go for it. Yes, please.
Okay. So here I go with the first question. Your favorite part of working in information security would be solving problems like Sherlock Holmes or preventing breaches like James Bond?
Well, if I have to say, I'll say both. But if I have to choose only one, I would say Sherlock Holmes. Right? The reason why I say that is because in the past, there were instances where people asked me, or what is your leadership style? So I've always been telling them, I switched between Charlie Chaplin and Hitler, right? Both of them ruled the world, one by smile and the other one with stick. Similarly, Sherlock Holmes and James Bond, the examples that you just gave, thinking or just go with it, it will depend on the situation to situation, where it is, what it matters, and in what kind of situation it is. But yes, there are 70% chances that I would incline towards Sherlock Holmes and 30% chances that I would incline towards James Bond.
Very well said. The next one I have for you is an ideal information security strategy that you recommend for social media in 3 words.
Prevent, detect, respond.
I think that should be the mantra for everyone when it comes to using social media strategically. Next up, your best way to stay current in information security.
I will say continuously learning.
So continuously learning it is.
Yeah, continuously learning, keeping yourself updated.
Great. And the last one here, how would you describe the future of information security in one word?
Dynamically evolving.
Absolutely. I think that's the only way we can look around it. Every other day there's a new piece of information, a new update here and there. So I think that's the best way one could describe it. Absolutely, Mr. Sethi, and thank you once again for coming forward and talking about your journey, because right from a kitchen to calls and now in information security, I think this transformation has been real challenging and super inspiring as well. So thank you once again for sharing your story and helping us with these wonderful insights today. And of course, it's a long way to go and it's only a better journey ahead.